What's up guys, Rackley here, bringing you another Final Fantasy XIV online video. Now if you guys have been following along, the last episode we kind of just dipped our feet into the water with this game, created our character. We are running as a Marauder, which is a tank class, so we will be doing a tank for this playthrough. Now, I did also decide that I will be doing all the quests as opposed to just doing the main story. I feel like there's a lot of content to cover, and some of the side quests are pretty cool. Some of them can be a little quirky, a little fun, so we'll make sure to take a look at all the quests that we come across. So, go ahead and just pick all these up here. By way of thanks for delivering my scattered lavender, I have a nugget of information that may prove useful to you. You see, I was recently approached by an unkempt seafarer, which is not, I admit, particularly unusual for a man in my profession. What was unusual was that he offered a generous sum of gil to be introduced to any adventurers I might know. In my experience, sailors are not known to carry such a wealth of coin about their person, especially with the alehouses of Limsa Lominsa so close at hand. Kidnappings have not been uncommon these past moons. I suggest you take this information and speak with Glazerail, the guard who stands at the entrance to the East Hawker's Alley. It never hurts to show a spirit of cooperation to the authorities, lad. I guess. If we must. Alright, talk to her. Excuse me, sir, but might you have a moment or two to spare? You seem the type who enjoys being accosted for menial tasks, and I require someone to make a delivery to the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss. Well, sure, I'm your man. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Limsa Lominsa. They do, however, provide a rather unique service of which the Bruguiere Consortium has recently been the beneficiary. I would have you deliver this package to their doorman, Lonward. Lonward, along with our profuse gratitude. I can do that, madam. Alright. So this right here is part of that main story quest. We have to attune to the Aetheryte for the location, so we'll go ahead and do that. Another novice adventurer. Aye, Baderon has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. I am Sundhimmel, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport. The most common transportation spells make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of aether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. Well, aren't you a helpful sort? There we go, we have learned return. Okay. Get out of that. So now my return is on my 8th bar here. My 8th set bar. Now in order for me to get that I hit L2, R2. And it pops up right there with the return being the purple little square there with the diamond in the middle. So, basically, with us being in Limsa Lominsa, every time we hit return, it'll take us to this Aether right here. Now, if you were in Gridania, it'd do the same thing in Gridania, or if you were in Ul'dah, it'd do the same thing if you had started out in Ul'dah. We'll go ahead and pick up some more quests here. Sweetness is beauteous, gobby, and craft-smart trade maker. Sweetnix makes busy deal with Uplanders. Need deliver a letter to gate of Mealvan, but Sweetnix has shiver shakes. Uplander walks gate of Melvan for Sweetnix. Uplander delivers letter to Tax Lady Pataha. right, well, what a guy. Sweet Nick's Rosy Cheeks. Alright, here's Glazrail. That is disturbing news. Your initiative is appreciated, adventurer. I'll have the captain place the Yellow Jackets on high alert. Ah, and while I have your ear, I need you to visit Freedwib and tell her the same thing you told me. You'll find her a bit further down East Hawker's Alley. Freedwib has frequent dealings with adventurers, so any warning you give her should soon spread through the city. Well, that's just what we need. Ah, okay, so this is actually perfect to look over. You see this little check mark right here with a little generic quest symbol here, and then you have this one right here that kind of looks like it has flames around it. The ones with the flames around it is going to be your main story quests, and these ones are just going to be like your generic side quests. So, something to keep in mind. Talk to Swozblet. A fine day to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete market in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray, browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from oogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Baderon? Whatever could it... Ah, my Octant! By the Navigator, I must have left it behind in the wench, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories. Sounds like my time at the pub. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid. And what better recompense than wisdom of a master merchant? If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each skill you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. Ah, but verbal instruction of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. Thank you, sir. And thank you for that fine introduction. Turn in this quest. Greetings, sir. Might I interest you in the service of a retainer? What's this? Some suspicious seafarer is on the prowl for gullible adventurers? A possible suspect in the recent kidnappings, you think? Well, I'll be sure to pass that warning to my customers. What with all the merchants and travelers milling through Hawker's Alley, these kind of unsavory activities can often go unnoticed. In any case, I promise to keep a sharp lookout for anyone being accosted by strange-looking sailors. Thanks, Freedwib. Appreciate your due diligence in protecting the people. You. Freedwib. Alright, Swozblade, what you got this time? You, sir, adventurer. I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me. Iron Thunder, Kaio Rune, and Signhill. Seinfeld? Signhill. Okay, so let's talk to the first one here, Mr. Iron Thunder. Well met, lad. Cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Naldik and Melis. Copy that. Good on you, bud. These are Aethernet shards, so within a large city like this, you'll have these little mini shards too that kind of help you teleport throughout the city without having to use those gigantic aetherites. So definitely attune to those whenever you're able to. This is just explaining we have access to the Aethernet now, which is that teleportation system. Kaio Rune. Kaio Rune welcomes welcome customer. Kaio Rune loves his lovely trade. Kaio Rune's goods are godly made. Try saying that 5 times fast. Alright, and last but not least, A fine evening to you, sir. What can I interest you in? Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. Seems to me like you do. You're the one that made a list for Swizzlelet? Let's have at it then. There you are, dude. Your price list. Nothing wrong with the market as far as I can tell. Ye oft times get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down right across Awker's alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance when shady dealings are taking place. Good work, lad. You know, I do for the people of Limsa, you know. Can't have people being taken advantage here. Got another Aethernet shard here. Alright. Talk to Ptaja. Where is Sweetnix with those important records? Or those import records? Without the proper documentation, I'm afraid we shall have to expel him from the city. No! Not Rosy Cheeks! Why, these are Sweetnix's records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you would think that goblin would have lost his fear of our offices by now. Every month he is to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedure, Limsa Lominsa is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Pray convey these words to Sweetnix. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor goblin's fears. I'll try my best, but Mr. Rosy Cheeks, he's a different breed. Here at Mealvan's Gate, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa Lominsa and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I would be grateful if you could deliver these 2 ledgers, one to a man named Sundimal, whom you find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who works at the Bismarck. I can do that. We've already met Sundimal. If you are uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Sundimal when you meet him, and he will point you in the right direction. Sundimal just seems like a really great guy. Very knowledgeable. Type of guy we want to have on our side as the warrior of light. Let's see, how are we looking at time? We've just been really picking up quests. Oh yeah, we're only at about 12 minutes here, which is perfect. Continue on. Market boards right here. If you don't want to go to each stall, you can just hit this market board and you can kind of see what everything is, what people are selling, what's on the market. You know, your different weapon arms right here. Scored on here, you have the different types of armor, then items, and then housing. So if you're looking for something specific, the market board is definitely going to be your best friend. But right now, obviously, with us being only a level 3, it doesn't really matter to us. Alright, Mr. Rosy Cheeks. Uplander delivered letter to gate of Mealvan. Uplander has wide heart and swift legs. Tax Lady Ptaja has kind backwards for Sweetnix. Sweetnix has outflow of joy for Tax Lady Ptaja. Sweetnix is happy gobby. Gives Uplander jingly shine. We love jingly shines over here. Beautiful. Alright, and here is Sundimal. A ledger from Mealvan's Gate, you say? I sure do. Yet more outstanding duty payments. When will those merchants ever learn? Very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I shall drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if needs be. One more ledger bound for the Bismarck, you say? Follow this path to the upper decks and you'll find the place. Appreciate that. To the upper decks we go. Grab this. Culinarians Guild. Another side quest. Beg your pardons, good sir, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I realize this is sudden, but we urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon-arriving guests, but I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. Oh, fresh lamb. I would be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be the quickest to obtain these directly from the source. Wild lambs. In case you're unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with Albafar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall just below the Johnny Wench. We can certainly do that. I need to talk to somebody on how to find some wild sheep. Here's Letitia. Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. Yeah, it's kind of hard running around being the law, but someone's got to do it. I dare say this may well put an end to their appetite, but this is in the best interest of the city-state. If any of these merchants named in this letter come to dine with us, I shall see that Meal Van's gate is notified without delay. Thanks, Letitia. I knew I can count on you. What do you got for me? We spare no effort to ensure that all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality, and so it is doubly hurtful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Nary a bell ago, a first-time patron did just that. Rashishmo is the one who lovingly prepared that man's meal. She is quite upset by the whole affair and has taken it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rashishmo should be done adding the finishing touches by now. Sure thing. Doesn't seem like too hard of a task to complete. Hey, where's your schmo? I'm looking for you. Grrr. Poured my heart and soul into that grilled dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Here it is, my rendition of the criminal. Please deliver it to God Godebert at the Coral Tower. He will know what to do. Well, sheesh. Alright, I got you. We'll take it over to him real lickety-split-like. Another side quest. Morden. You want fur coin, venturer? Or ye fancy working for the Kraken's arms? One o' the greatest pirating crews in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these here steps to the balcony above and talk to Carvalane, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by ye. Well, gosh darn it, let me go talk to this old captain, my captain. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seven Sage, purveyors of the finest spices from the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our Misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in Eorzea. I have prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is for Junaid, whom you will find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Lingsath, the head chef of the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now, and return here once you have accomplished the task. Aye, aye, Captain. Let's go here first. Looks like we got a couple quests down here. And we have another Aethernet shard. Alright. Just working on gathering the quests in this area. Here's Junaid right here. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of the peace in Limsa Lominsa. Is there aught I can assist you with? Yeah, actually, I have some sage here for you. A sample of spice courtesy of the 7 Sage, you say? There is no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by the Garleans besides. Quite intriguing. Very well, we will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought that you had brought me spice? I see you're not familiar with Carvalianisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Lominsan interest in eastern lands. Okay, so it's almost like an envoy. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumors. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwark Hall? Nadalika is her name. My thanks in advance, friend. You're welcome, Junaid, Gatorade, Blathota, Blota. Any axe-worthy swing... Oh, yeah, I kind of messed that one up, but okay. Any axe-worth swinging needs 2 hands on the haft, and as a blade, what can make short work of a galley's mask? That kind of weapon our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and all too predictable force. Are ye interested in hearing more, lad? Then why don't I give ye the short version of the guild's founder in history, and we can go from there. It all started with ships, ye see. What have ships got to do with axes, ye ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul off a storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. Aye, it all started with shipbuilding and ship repair. What, am I boring ye? As I was saying, any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe was perfect for hooking yourselves over the rail in an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste to all about ye. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of the marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assembling crews, old battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopping blade to their new recruits. And that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. But once the Gladian Accord was signed to unite the Maelstrom and the pirates against Limsa's enemies, the whole game changed. The Accord itself was a dismal failure, of course, but the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, reconstructed, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors that sought to use only their martial prowess for the good of society. If mastering the axe is your heart's desire, then you'll find no better arena in which to practice your swings. Think it over, then let me know if you fancy to join our ranks. I have a feeling I'll be seeing more of you soon, lad. Oh, you will, bloater. Let's go ahead and take a look. You've decided to swing an axe with the Marauders, then? I sure have. Alright then, all that needs doing now is to speak with the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple? I've seen folks slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of the great unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Warren Zoen's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when he talks to you, lad. Good fortune. Ah, go to Bellert. A bilker at the Bismarck, and you have an artist's rendition of the man? I sure do. Here's the picture that she drew. What in the seven hells is this supposed to be? It looks more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Oh, wow. Look, we would like both in order to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we need a little bit more to go on than this piece of art. It would be easiest for all involved if Rashushmo were to come here and answer some questions. Please relay to her as much. I certainly can. Basically, let her know that she's a terrible artist. Gotcha. All right, Worm. What do you need? Yes, I am Warren Zoen, Axe Master they call me. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfit our adversaries. We seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. Sounds like me. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Bloater, but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? I sure the fuck am. You kidding me? Look at me. I spell carnage. Very well. Your name? Attend me well then, Rackley. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will ofttimes be your own. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straightway into combat as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsa Lominsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature have fallen to your blade. Ladybugs? What did the ladybugs do? Lost lambs? Man. I don't know. So, once you have attuned to an Aetherite shard, or Ethernet shard, you can just go ahead and double tap A to access it, and you can go ahead and travel back to any of the Aethernet shards that you have attuned to, in addition to the big one. So, looks like we can go back to the Culinarians Guild here. Turn back in this quest here. Rashushmo. She's spoken with Godebert. Within the bell, the Yellow Jackets have that swindling scoundrel locked in a dungeon cell, and then I'll take my filleting knife and... Huh? Gobert wants me to go to the Coral Tower for questioning. But what more information does he want that my drawing doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to paint 1,000 words? Yeah, so I think your picture took away 1,000 words. Is what we're trying to say, Rashishmo. Basically, you're a terrible artist. Alright? It's no wonder why they have you sitting here counting dishes. Figure it out, Rashishmo. Anyway, Lingsaf. A new sample from the Seventh Sage. Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. Alright, there you are. Ain't smelled nothing like it before. The note as came with it says it's a root what grows on Authored. Last I heard, Authored was under Imperial rule. How the 7 hells did Carvelin manage to get hold of this? Any road, I reckon. I can cook up something fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. I definitely want to taste that meal you come up with when you decide to cook. I feel I get first dibs on that. Alright, Carvanilla, I'm coming back. Carvanilla. Oh, that is not Carvanilla. Gerald. Get out of here. Gerald. Welcome back. It would seem both samples are rather well received, and this is no in small part due to our affable courier. That's me. 'Tis unfortunate, but notoriety accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are many still who are hesitant to do business with savage pirates. Yet the old days of piracy have passed, giving way to the new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. With the Admiral's blessing, we engage in a form of trade with Garlean ships. Everything we do, you may rest assured, is within the law. Yeah, better watch yourself, Carvanilla. I am the law. Sheriff Rackley on the case. Sprint pressing that to the left stick as we made that macro. And now, oh, look, a little fireworks show. See if we can zoom in. No, looks better like this. That's pretty sweet. I mean, I didn't expect fireworks for my welcoming to Limsa Lominsa, but it's always a nice little touch. Ah, the man, the myth, the legend. Bateron. Ah, there ye are, Rackley. Enjoy your jaunt around the city, did ye? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa Lominsa, that won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places. And now you've got some idea of what's where, ye can start exploring the rest of the town. You've shown a good ear for listening, lad. Stick with old Bayron and you'll go far. That's the game plan. I want you... Can you take me further, Bayron? Look at that. He already let me level up. Beautiful. Looks like we do have another skill as well. Heavy swing to a maim. It's a combo attack. I will showcase that. Alright, still in Linza, are ye, Rackley? How ye fancy a trip outside the city walls? I'd like ye to visit an orchard by the name of Summer Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stale Wern, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if ye can believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit o' life back to the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another and or 2, and your name sprang to mind. I gave ye a glowing recommendation, so make sure ye work hard and impress the old bastard. Ye need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city and follow the road northeast. I can do that. Oh, it's Ninia. What's up? Oh, you returned. I hope you do not harbor any ill will towards me for my earlier deception. You see, I believe the most important lesson for a green adventurer is to learn is that he should always question the motives of everyone he meets. If I have given offense, allow me to make it up to you with some great advice. Tell me, have you visited the Eyes, outside the Tempest Gate and past Madman Bridge? The sentry station there keep watch over the road, and when trouble arises, they sometimes turn to outside help. If you wish to make a name for yourself as a trustworthy adventurer, you should speak with Ankrita at the Eyes and offer your assistance. I can do that, little ninja. Greetings, I am one of the Smiths, a stoker of fires and forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see you have but recently taken up the Adventurer's mantle. The possibilities stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we will see new adventurers as fledgling heroes. You are our champions of tomorrow, our nascent stars of limitless potential. My fellow Smiths and I are here to provide you with guidance, but the Guild also enlists a cadre of veteran adventurers who will be happy to share with you their accumulated wisdom. You could recognize these helpful men and women by their title of Mentor. Mentors stand ready to advise you on any aspect of adventuring. They have hundreds of quests under their belts and will likely have a solution for whatever dilemma might be causing you trouble. A mentor may even offer to accompany you on your adventures. I highly recommend that you take advantage of a mentor's aid to enrich your experiences in Eorzea. Pray do not hesitate to ask me if you would like to know more. Okay. Well, I'm good on that, thank you, sir. Another quest over here with Skibbity Bop Bop. Skibbity Ha Dee Jibby. Yep. These days, poor Baderon's so busy looking after others, he hasn't been able to look after himself. He deserves something for his efforts. Whenever he's in his cups and starts speaking of the old days, he never fails to mention Aurelie. Seems he and his mates used to eat the creatures on occasion. It's obvious he still has fond memories of that life, so I'm thinking a few Aurelie umbrellas might be something he'd appreciate. Could you help me by procuring 4 of them? If you're willing to help, speak with Clindriel by the Alf Castle. She knows where various wild beasts congregate. Alright, sounds good to me. A lot of quests in this area, but we will be sure to do all of them. Did I get this shard yet? Ah, not yet. Beautiful. Alright. Little festivities going on right now. Game has pretty frequent events that go on. They're always pretty cool to do. Get some pretty cool items and gear. Okay, Laka. If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I'd advise you to turn tail and run. Okay. Captain Roswin's in no mood to be entertaining customers this eve, and even when she is, she ain't particularly good at it. Though, maybe dealing with the customers is sort of shite that might shake her from her old doldrums. But if you mean to venture inside that missing member, ye best remember to pay your respects to the captain, unless he ain't afraid o' going missing. Kneeling afore her would be a good start. Alright, so let's go and kneel to the captain. Oh Captain, my Captain Roswin. There you are. Let's go to our emotes and kneel. Oh-ho, so he knows his place. Good. If only the Krakens had the same sense of propriety. Bastards keep seizing every Garlean ship before we can take a crack at them. 'Tis a sorry state of affairs when your crew's reduced to preying on leavings. Oh, that mangy bunch of man boys. My younger self would be right disappointed to see how far we've fallen. Alright, so now we need to look disappointed, which is right here. No, I'm so disappointed. So you do know something owe me pain, but your sympathy ain't worth more than a pint of piss. It's well and good we got the Admiral's permission to capture Garlean ships, but what's the use if ye keep on getting beat to your prey? We built our reputation reeving right off the coast of Vilbrand, not sailing a dozen moms into the bleeding sea. A few Imperial dogs found in Lominsan territory get snatched by Krakens hunting in open waters. I rallied me crew's spirits when I said we were reviving the old ways, but after all our struggles, they seemed resigned to letting those bastards have all the fun. Alright, so let's rally her spirits then, shall we? There it is, rally. Yeah, yeah, yeah! Cheer up, Roswin. Huh? You trying to make light of me dilemma? Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut you with a hook like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates, goddammit. So we should think like pirates. Bugger keeping Lominsan waters safe. We'll raid supply shipments to the Garlean outpost along the coast of Aldernard. Ha 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 ha, it's so bleeding simple. I don't know why I didn't think this afore. Thank ye for your unintended inspiration, Scrag. To think I almost had ye fed to the sharks. Okay, I'm just trying to help. You're trying to feed me to the sharks, man. It's not okay. Oh, Kala Kala. I gather your meeting with the captain went well. I could hear her cackling all the way out here. Well, whatever ye did, thank ye for doing it. Last thing we need was her going on another rampage, ruining deck swabs and leaving us with less meat. Tain't easy playing by the Admiral's rules, but if anyone can find a way, Captain Roswin can. Yeah, she's something. She is something. Clindrail. What you got for me, buddy? Baderon actually likes Aurelia umbrellas? Gods, I've never even considered trying to eat one of those foul things. Nevertheless, if it's Aurelia you seek, you ought to find plenty by the river just past the Tempest Gate and to the east. Okay, well, let's do it then. Oh my gosh, our first taste of battle. Alright, so, as you can see, our quest involves killing ladybugs, wharf rats, and that's it for right now in this section. So let's just go ahead and start it on up. Get a ladybug, get a combo in there. Later. What about you, ladybug? Heard you were talking that smack. Oh shoot, get off my screen. Oh my god. Alright, there we go, bye. What about you, wharf rat? No match for the axe of justice. What's up, ladybug? What up, wharf rat? Just slaughtering. Carnage. Look at that. Alright, so that's completed. I'm going to go ahead and come over here. Since we have a couple quests to turn in this way. If you press square, it pulls up the map here. Something to keep in mind. We'll get the Aurelia for Baderon. Some floating jellyfish. No match. What about you? Oh, we ranked up again. Oh, Berserk. Okay, so Berserk is basically a buff. I'll go ahead and use it. It buffs our attack. There we go. Boom. Basically almost did full damage to the health bar there. Super effective. There we go. 4 Aurelia's done. And we have Ankrita right here. You say someone told you to come to me for work, lad? I'm afraid you've been had. We're known to hire adventurers, 'tis true, but we've always go through the Adventurers Guild. Even if I wanted to assign ye duties, Yellow Jacket regulations prohibit me from doing so directly. Now, if ye don't mind working in an unofficial capacity, I have a personal request I can make of ye. Of course. Alright, so since we are a tank, we are looking for strength. So as you can see here, well, can't really use the cursor here, but it says in the bonuses down below the mole brown die, it says strength +1, dexterity +1. We're definitely looking for the strength, and that's the one. Armory chest. Let's go ahead and equip it. Come here, you press start, and then go to character. Then right here, I'd use the recommended gear tab. So go ahead and equip those. It puts on the best gear possible from what you have in your inventory. Me granddad's head of the Red Rooster stead, an ox, his name. He asked me to bring him some river toad livers, but the mere thought of pulling slimy livers out of slimy frogs give me the shivers. Maybe he'd care to fetch a liver or 3 for me. You can get him by slaying the river toads what dwell round the eyes. I can do that. I can definitely do that. So we'll go ahead. We will complete this quest here. We're about at 40 minutes here for the video, so we'll go ahead and kill these river toads, turn that in, and then we will go ahead and wrap up the video. Let's go ahead and buff up. Boom. Don't even know what hit him. What's up, river toad? Boom. Alright, and just like that, we have turned in the livers, and we will make our way to talk to her again and start the process of turning that quest in. Alright. You're a lifesaver, venturer. Now, I take these livers to Granddad myself, but I can't just up and leave me post. Not to mention the mere sight of those slimy things makes me stomach turn. Would you mind doing the delivering in me stead? Find old Anok at the Red Rooster stead, and ye can turn those river toad livers to gill. Sounds good to me. I definitely like money, so we shall go and do just that. Wild doo-doo. Is there a tamed doo-doo? Is that like what you do in your house? Like a tamed doo-doo? I crack myself up. Ox token. A knocks to the moon. Alright, Anok. Let's turn this into you. I swear this is the last time I send that granddaughter of mine to fetch river toad livers. Why, these are the livers I asked for. Should have known better. Aunt Krita has been dainty since she was a wee lass. I regret any trouble we've caused you. I heard that the New Worlders use fish livers as fertilizer, and so I thought I would give toad livers a try. A farmer can't be afraid to try new things. Nay, he must grow his knowledge as he grows his crops. That's how this farm grew to be what it is. You'd do well to stick around and see. Alright, another level up. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Please be sure to like and subscribe and comment to see what we can do to improve upon and what we can do to make things better for you guys. And I will catch you in the next one.